Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Happy Tuesday. So, I'm seeing a theme I'm developing this week, going along with praying for our children. As a mom, and I've told you this several times, but the struggle's been real this week, and it is literally the second day into the week. So, having said that, I did my devotion this morning titled Dear God. And this is the confidence that we have in Him, that if we ask anything according to His will, He heareth us. And that is 1 John chapter 5, verse 14, and that's from the King James Version. Pray for and with your children. Our prayers go further than we think, especially when families are facing turmoil. What are you facing with your children today? What hardships are your children facing alone? God has entrusted them in our care, but how do we know we are doing our best? Some days I feel I'm doing a great job, and other days I feel like I'm failing as a mom. I cry, I yell, I vent, I hug, I say I love you. I walk away, I run to them, I give advice, I say I'm sorry, I forgive, and so on. I have 4 kids of all ages and with 4 different struggles, joys, and personalities. What I have learned is to pray for my children when I'm stuck. God knows and sees every struggle, so keep Him close to you and your children. Dear God, today I bring my child to you. Please show me how to parent this precious gift that you have given me. Help me to be the best mother that I can be. I pray that your Holy Spirit will teach me, your wisdom will guide me, and your love will still move me. But most of all, Lord, I give this child to you. Please make him or her a servant after your own heart. And I don't know who wrote that. That is unknown. But it struck a chord with me this morning. Like I said, with the 4 kids, and even if you're a parent of 1 kid, you have 8 kids, you're still going to have struggles, personal struggles with them. No one prepared me that it would get harder the older they got, when they're in new relationships, or their hearts get broken, or they break hearts. Jobs don't work out. They're not making good enough grades. They're exhausted. I never know when to stop pushing, and I never know when to kind of back off of, the mom card. But what I've come to the conclusion of is that it's about listening instead of the stubbornness that can go back and forth between parents and kids. It's important to listen to each other and to communicate regularly and to pray regularly. From this day forward, I have now made a promise that I'm going to be a better spiritual leader in my household. This is happening just because my children are getting older, and want to remind them that struggles are still going to come into adulthood, that what they're facing now really isn't necessarily what they're going to be facing in 5-10 years from now. And I would like to prepare them a little more than I was prepared. I didn't grow up in a religious household, which was okay. I still believed in God. I still knew about Him. I still prayed regularly. And my faith has definitely grown to where it is now just in the past 5 years. So I definitely want to make sure I instill that in my children. My youngest is 4, and he prays before every meal. He reminds me to pray before every meal. But that's the consistency that I have provided for him since basically he could talk. And I feel that even though 2 of my children are teenagers, I need to continue that consistency with them. So I hope this encourages one person. I know a lot of family ties out there. There's a lot of turmoil in families, and even grown children and parents don't necessarily speak regularly. It is never too late to repair a broken bond with your children. It's never too late. It's time that we swallow our pride and our stubbornness, and it's time that we step up as spiritual leaders for them and to help guide them down a path of righteousness. It's so important, because in the end, that's all that's going to matter. So happy Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow.